Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry I'm a bit late. Wow, I see I have a backlog of like 10 comments here. So some of you tried to join. You were waiting for me right at 10. Wow, but sorry I missed you. So Neil showed up here right at 10:06. Looks like you'll be a bit too late for me today. Oh, your bedtime must be too early. You got to stay up late with the cool people. So you said, I just want to say I bought SVOL yesterday. I actually bought another 100 shares of TSLY today. I have faith. Well, good for you. That might be a good deal. So sorry everyone. I'm not used to this. I don't want to seem like I'm bragging, but I'm just not used to this popularity. Like I'm getting blown up with comments and stuff here, and I love it. But I just gotta adjust to it. That's all. And I'm getting texted here too. So Denny Keaton gave me 3 thumbs up, and so I had several of you waiting for me. Broke Expat John showed up. I have a new fund, 50% yield monthly, not yield max. Oh, you teased me. You didn't give me a ticker symbol, and then you said I'm late, so you're leaving. I can't help it. I was born late. It is what it is. But better late than never. That's my motto. And see, look here. Even Denny Keaton asked you what the name of it was. Oh, and I see what you said here. You said I'll put it on if he comes on. He never gives me credit. I give you credit all the time. What are you talking about? You're like one of my #1 commenters. So I told him about all these funds. Yeah, it's true. I learned a lot about these funds from several of you. And John, I think you've been a subscriber for over a year now. I remember when your picture was from the movie Saw, actually. See, good memory, huh? So anyway, let's see now. Okay. Had quite a backlog here. So before I get into anything, I'm just addressing comments. You said, okay, thanks. Paul Vartan showed up, said hi. Hope you're still on. Admit I'm the one who told you about all these. Well, you say all these, but you haven't named any names. I'll give you credit for some of them. You might have told me about Goff and a few others, maybe SVOL, possibly. But I never was a dividend channel before I did a few dividend videos, and then oh, you are on. Oh, clip. Someone else asked me for that. See, it's funny. You all asked me for the same thing, but one of you wants credit. So what I'll do, every time, if I do like 5 videos on one, I'll give a different person credit on a different day. So how's that? All right, still catching up on comments here. So let's see here. Oh, so yeah, like you said, clip. Yeah, okay, I'll give you credit, John. You're the one with the $sign clip. Yeah, that's fine. I like it. Yeah, better ones there. Wow, you guys really want clip, don't you? Okay, Engineer Blake, I found you a couple weeks ago, new fan. Wrote a Seeking Alpha article on how to hedge TSLY. You wrote an article on Seeking Alpha, and you're following me? Well, that's a great honor. What's your real name? You want to come on the live stream? Do a collab? I can promote your article. Well, actually, I probably used your article in my video. So I was whoever the last one was. I think it was a woman's name, but I was really impressed with the writing style. Um, let's see. So you said, yeah, wrote an article, how to hedge TSLY, buy in the money puts. The money you lose on them is more than canceled out by the fat dividend. Yeah, I'll try to find that if I can. If you want to put a link in, I'll actually pull that up, and I'll be more than happy to promote that. So anyway, all right. Well, I think we're caught up on. Oh, come on. You got to come up with a better reason than that. Just get one or join from your phone. But anyway, send me the link to your article. I'll be more than happy to put it up here. So anyway, what the heck was I even going to talk about tonight? I forgot. Oh, it's up here in the title, a stable alternative to TSLY. I was going to talk about SVOL, but I guess I'm talking about clip because I have to go with what the audience wants, right? And I'll eagerly await that article link there, Engineer Blake. Thanks for joining. Always glad to have new fans. We're getting a surge of them lately. So let me see. Okay, I'll start out with Yahoo Finance here. Let me get that queued up here. And yeah, wow, the channel's really starting to grow. Finally, a year and a half in. So let's see here. Okay, let me share screen. I'm back in my usual spot today. And they're going to force us back into the office at my new job. So that's kind of have mixed feelings about that. Actually, the work from home kind of got a little stale. so I don't mind. It's a different perspective when you're new somewhere, I will say. But I just don't believe in these companies forcing like 5 days a week in the office. It's kind of like a thing of the past. But anyway, let me just get a drink here for a second. So for those of you that ever wonder, part of my evening routine, I almost every day when I do a live stream, I come from the gym. So I probably look a little sweaty. It's not that I just had a bath; it's that I just came from the gym and I'm sweaty. But that's why sometimes I run later than other times because I get back home, then I have to get a drink or something real quick, and I'm thirsty. Which I've just been doing the drink on the live stream, non-alcoholic, of course. But there's some days I want alcohol during the live stream. So anyway, um, that's my evening routine. For those of you that wondered, and really, after I'm like done with work, I kind of don't want to just jump into a video and stuff. There's been times like if I really feel up to it, I might just do one during the day. Now I am off tomorrow, so I may, if I'm up to it, I may try to do one in the morning and see how that goes. Damon Rydell showed up and said another crazy day. Yeah, I have to agree. Markets were kind of all over the place today. Let me look here because I'm not following it again like as close as I used to. I know the coach should know, right? Well, the Dow was down another 228, but who cares about the Dow anyway? Nasdaq was up, S&P was down, Russell was down, TSLY I want to say was down again. God, we got crushed again. Shit. Um, you know what drives me nuts, and I'm glad most of you aren't like this, but there are people that they'll only notice when something's down. Like you'll never hear a word out of them when something's up. So it's like the quickest way to know that you've done a good job is like you silence them, basically. Like if you pick a fund and you never hear a word, you know it's up. But the moment it's down, you hear about it. Unfortunately, that's the way it works with some people. But yeah, long story short, the market was down today. So, all right, TSLY. Oh, I didn't even look at Danaher. I'll make a decision on that in another couple of months. So, oh, I see what you're saying. Mr. Varden says, we want TSLY to be down because you dollar cost average more shares. See, I like your thinking. I wish more people thought that way instead of some of these people that say, oh, it was down today. You don't know how to pick funds. I thought you were smart. That's how some people that I deal with think. But I may not deal with them for long with that mentality. Oh, we got another ASTS request. ASTS also had another good day, just the beginning. Yeah, keep on mentioning that to me. You'll get that in my head more as you kind of repeat that. I remember talking about it yesterday, the Space Mobile. We need that to blast off into space. So, buy puts, pray it tanks. Do you have the link to that article? I'd like to really put that up. You got my attention on that. So if you have the link, you said it was your article. So I'm hoping, being that it was your article, I'm hoping you'll be able to find the link easier. BTCY dividend. Oh, you were talking about this on the last podcast I did on here. Is that the Bitcoin one? BTCY. Let me see here. Or is it biotricity? 52 cents. Is it that one? Can't remember now. So many funds to keep up with. It's getting auto blocked. That's strange. Huh. So we'll try this. Okay, so it's on Seeking Alpha, right? What was it called? Do you just have like the name of the article? Or maybe put it in two separate comments. Okay, that's what I'll do. A Bitcoin 2.5 dividend now 4 cents a month. Yeah, but when I type in BTCY, the iPhone tells me, and I know you think the iPhone sucks, just like you think the Lightning sucks, and I can't disagree at this point. At least they won't lose tonight. But see, it's coming up with, for BTCY, it's coming up with biotricin. Now it's trying to listen to me. Stupid phone. Anyway, I'll try to look at that one later. I'm getting a little distracted here. Um, I like the comments I'm getting from this person here. Yeah, okay, so I'll go to that one. TSLY 68.43 annual yield is too tempting to avoid. I agree, that's why I got in, but I'm down probably 2 grand in it. So that hurts a little bit. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna pull that one up. Now that I was just waiting to get that Chili's ad on here. Now that I got it, I can navigate away from Yahoo Finance, even though I didn't show anything on here. I was I'm distracted by all these comments I had waiting for me. But I love it. I love the fanfare and the attention. So okay, let's see now. Okay, this is my screen here, and then seeking alpha. Seeking alpha. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, the last one I looked up was the inverse Kramer strategy. That one's interesting for sure. Bear with me here. I got to rehydrate so I can keep all of you fine folks engaged for a whole hour. All right, TSLY. You said it's the most recent one. Oh, this is probably going to look up tickers. So let me go to news. So all news, TSLY. I hope if this is your article, it's good. I hope you're cool with us showing your name. Let's see now. How do I get out of this? I don't want to become a member. X. Oh, I don't want to become a member. I guess I'll give them, you know what? I don't want to do this. This is stupid. I just want to find an article. This is really dumb. Let me Google. Google seeking alpha TSLY. Maybe news. Oh, here it is. Wait, this is 2 weeks ago. Is this you here? So it says TSLY 68.43% annual yield is too tempting to avoid. And here comes this crap again. Well, we'll read the first 2 bullet points anyway. Tesla has eye-popping revenue growth coupled with an impressive return on capital. Their strong fundamentals coupled with clear overvaluation create a level of disagreement that leads to high volatility. So here's the funny thing. So 68.43% as of that article, right? But it's actually higher. The percentage is higher because what do I always say? Every time the fund drops, we get a dividend percentage raise because the dividend percentage goes up. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, how to get around paywalls, right? Yeah, so I did find the article. I'll put in an email in a second here. Only free for the first week, but I mean, I don't think I'm signed up. But let me go back to it here. I'll put in my let me see here. I'll put in my business email. So if any of you, oops, I almost doxed myself. Create free account. All right, I feel so much better now because I'm about to become a more informed and empowered investor. That makes my day because my channel is all about empowering other people financially. So this is stupid. Now I've got to go to my inbox. These things, I swear, every site is doing this now. Every site's doing this. So, Mr. Engineer Blake, you should feel special because I'm going to great lengths here to get this whole article. So, okay, come on. Password. I gotta put in a password now. This is annoying. I'm very annoyed. Better be worth it. There was an error. Oh, come on, because I probably used the same one. This is stupid. Really stupid. I mean, I'm trying to seek alpha, not annoyance. All right, forget it. Oh, now it's asking new password. Let me try again. Passwords for everything. Too many passwords. Come on. Keeps giving me a freaking error. I didn't even know I had a password for this site, honestly. Hold on a second here. I need a strong password for a site with news articles. That's funny. 500K. Oops. Bear with me here. All right, it's not working. Forget it. Sorry. I don't have the patience for this anymore, and I'm sure most of you don't either. I don't know why it's not letting me set a password. But anyway, okay. Yeah, that sucks. Exactly right. I almost said that myself. Florida man empowers for sure. You're telling me it's worth it. Well, I might try again later. I'll do this. I'll make a deal with you all. So I'm up to 11 live viewers. If I hit a record, which is 23 would break the record. 23 in the year 23. How about that? So if I at least keep all of you all on here for the whole time, I'll try it again at the end. That's the deal. So yeah, superpowers, right? Superpowers abound. Damon Rydell says if Tesla was valued the same PE as Nvidia, it would be over 500 per share. I agree. It's screwy with all these PEs, but look at Meta. Look at the PE on Meta. I just want it to get back to 190. Yeah, don't we all? You would be happy with 175. Engineer Blake says, I can explain my conclusion. Well, I would hope so. You're an engineer, after all. Sell out of the money covered calls, use the premium plus a little extra to buy in the money puts. That sounds like a good idea. The delta on the combined position is neutral. I'd like to have you on here more often. So you know options pretty well, and you definitely sound like you know what you're doing. So, yeah, definitely come on here more often. Sorry, gotta still rehydrating myself here. Okay, where are we? What was I going to talk about here? I had like 3 funds to talk about. Um, all right. Hey, tell us, what does it take to get on Seeking Alpha? Not trying to set up a password, but like to write for Seeking Alpha. Tell us about that. I wish I could have you on the live stream. Maybe try to get a camera and we can work that out. All right, let me go back to Yahoo Finance here. I'll try this again. If I can outrun my ADD, I'll try this again towards the end of the video. So I'm going to circle back to Yahoo Finance here. We'll look at TSLY again. Come on. I heard Meta beat earnings, so I'll have to look at that too. TSLY, come on. Yeah, well, and I am going to try to pull that article up again because I do appreciate you joining. But just in the comments, try to explain to us the strategy. And you're already a writer, so I'm sure you don't mind typing away again. But yeah, just try to explain that strategy to us. I'll pull it up. I'll read through it, see if I understand it, and see if I can kind of translate to some of the audience that may not understand options as well as we all do. Which for me, I don't understand it the greatest, but I learn more and more as I go. So, damn, TSLY was down 4.5% today. It's got crushed. That's kind of, but like you said, like Paul Varden said, we want it to go down, right? Stay on the optimistic side. Okay, so yeah, 1266, which means we got another dividend raise. Like I said, because remember, dividends. You know what? I bet I can pull this up on my phone. I did. I got your article up on my phone. Yeah, I can tell this is a well-written article. Thesis about TSLY. Maybe I'll just read it to the audience if I don't get it on my screen. But oh yeah, you did some solid research here. I definitely, if I'm not able to show this in this video, I'll definitely show this in another video for sure. You would definitely be an interesting guest to have on here if you decide to get a camera. So let's see here. Have a lot of interesting guests in the works, actually. Supposedly one of the fund managers from YieldMax. This guy, he goes by the name KJK Good. He's working on getting him on. So, oh, you know what? There goes the ADD again. And I got a yacht advertisement. How about that? Okay, so net asset value now suggests Tesla YieldMax fund is officially undervalued. So let's see now. Okay, the dividend was 0.829 last month times 12, 994. Watch this, divided by 1266. We are up to, folks, a 79% dividend payout. So we got a raise in dividend payout percentage because the fund's doing this. Dividend percentage does this, right? Okay. And see, it doesn't take an engineer to know that math, right? Okay, let's see here. Let me see. Try not to get the comments too backlogged here. Okay, what do we have here? Yeah, I do need an option person. Agreed. Stock discussion. Well, stocks, ETFs, they all kind of go hand in hand, right? So yeah, we'll get to clip in a second. I'll at least do a clip of clip. So okay, not too much of a backlog there. Now let me see. Let me see. And I give Broke Expat John credit for identifying all these funds, or maybe half of them. Did he leave, by the way? I haven't seen a comment in a while. Just teasing a bit. All right. So we looked at the bad news here. Now let's go to SVOL. SVOL is going to be, how did we do today? And someone told me in the comments they just bought in. So proud of you for that. Let's see here. Okay, so we were up 7 cents today. In the after hours, we're up 29 cents. And I think what's hurting the market is this banking stuff again, because we had some banking news in the news cycle yesterday. And I think, within the next week or so, we're going to have unemployment numbers and whatnot. We're going to get another Fed decision on interest rates and things like that. But really, SVOL is kind of hanging as like the solid alternative to TSLY, which I'm glad I have SVOL. Now, before I look up clip, oh, let me look at Tesla stock. Tesla stock did, what are we doing here? Keeps dropping. Dang, I wish I had a little more money saved up. I'd probably buy some Tesla stock too, or just load up on TSLY. So, wow, lost another $7 today. Earnings per share 340. God, that's got to be one of the lowest I've seen for Tesla. So we were down 4.31%, down another 58 cents in the after hours, or 0.38%. 1 year target estimate still 182.9, according to the infinite wisdom of those experts. Now, here's the funny thing. If you look at the earnings here, for quarter one, it says we met earnings. It wasn't a miss. So that's interesting. Elon Musk, look at this. Elon Musk says the fate of the US dollar is sealed. For many weeks, speculation has been circulating about the decline of the dollar, the currency of the world trade since the end of the Second World War. Yeah, I think that's inevitable, but we won't get into that. Funny thing, they show Tesla near fair value here, so that's interesting. Okay. Oh, Meta stock. Let's look at Meta stock. They beat earnings, so I'm hoping my options. Ooh, look at that one. We're going to be way up tomorrow. I might be able to sell out of my options in Meta. I bought options in Meta like back in August, so could be interesting. We were up $1.85 or 0.9% today. We're up 24.39 in the after hours, or 11.65%. So that could be interesting. I could be selling out of my options for a gain tomorrow. Now, what'll happen? This is my luck with options. If I sell tomorrow, I could sell for a slight gain, and it'll keep running up, and then I'll regret selling. But if I don't sell, and this will absolutely happen, if I don't sell, right, then it'll keep on, or if I don't sell, it will drop, and then I'll regret not selling. That's just how it works, right? So market cap for Meta is half a trillion. Beta earnings. See, look at that earnings per share, 8.58. Price to earnings 24.41 for a tech company. I mean, that's like really, really low, especially if you compare that like to Tesla. See, it's like half, almost half. Okay, so now for those of you patiently waiting, clip the Chinese fund. For those of you that love China, 1973. Crane shares China Internet and covered call strategy ETF. So I've had several of you asking me to cover this one for a while. This one, it looks like it just debuted at the beginning of this year, 24.69. So it's lost about $5. Let me see something here. Okay. Okay. 0.95% expense ratio, which seems expensive for something from China. Price to earnings ratio 23.13. Net asset value suggests it's slightly undervalued, so that's a good thing. So, what questions do you all have on Clip? Has it paid a dividend? Let me look at that first before I go back to the comments. Has it paid a dividend? Okay, let's see. Historical. Oh, come on. See, I knew Yahoo was gonna do that. Come on. Historical data. Hang in there because I am going to try to go back to this Seeking Alpha article too. Dividends, dividends, dividends. What are you? I want to have some fun too because I can't get any of these scammy type people from Facebook onto the live stream anymore. I think they've kind of caught on because we got some multi-level marketing people a couple of weeks ago, and they came on, but my co-host kind of hammered them. So I think others have caught on and they don't want to come on, but I'm tempted to just show some of the ridiculous messages that I get from like these copy trades people. And I just want to show how stupid like that they think the average person is, because they'll show like as proof of their trading success or how successful their copy trades program is. They'll send me a video of them partying somewhere, and that's supposed to be proof of how good the copy trading strategy is. So it's too funny. The material's too good to not use. So anyway, okay, so this one does pay a dividend for the first 3 months of the year, and we should be getting our fourth dividend in the next couple days or so. So we had 56 cents January 27th. We had $1.16, $1.09. So let me annualize this. Let me annualize this here. Hold on just a second. I need to respond to something here. Let me copy here. Do this. Do this. Give me just a second here. Okay. So, okay, we're going to annualize this. 0.56 plus 1.16 plus 1.098 divided by 3 times 12 is 1127 divided by 1973. 57% yield. Okay, so 57% yield. So that's pretty good, huh? But not the best. I mean, TSLY, I think, was the best I've seen. Okay, let's see now. Oh, I had your comment up the whole time. How about that? All right, 15 of you on. Engineer Blake says, to write for essay. Oh, you answered my question that I already forgot about. See, you could have got off the hook because if you give me 10 minutes, I'll forget about something and then just let me forget about it. I shouldn't tell you this. Some people figure this out on their own, but that's usually what happens. I forget about what I said, and then you don't even have to answer it. But you did answer, so thank you. So what you said is to write for essay, you just have to be able to read financials, income statements, balance sheet, cash flow statement. That would nullify half of the YouTubers on here. And be willing to write articles according to their style guide. Well, I might have to apply. How much do they pay you? You have to let me know. If they pay well, I might do it. You don't need to be a CFA or anything like that. Well, that's good. I have a master's degree in finance, but I'm not a CFA. I thought about doing the CFA, but I wonder if you need it. Like, how much more can you really make doing it? But I could certainly write articles, and I can read statements, so that's a good thing. Okay, so what did Mr. Varden say here? If you were to invest 15K once in SVOL for 50 years, it makes you something like 300 million. Well, I don't disagree, but I'd have to look at that. Once in SVOL, you mean like once a year for 50 years and like compounding it? I've kind of stopped doing those ridiculous examples, but I'll have to get back to that. Okay. There we are. All right. So you showed up. Thank you. Owning Clip. Do you pay foreign withholding taxes? I don't know. I don't know what the tax situation is in China. I think the taxes are lower, aren't they? And let's see. Nice minor numbers. I've seen SA contributors have their own channel besides SA. Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm sure. See, once you get stuff like that going, like there's a CFA on here that I'd love to do a live stream with him, but his channel's way too big to have me on. But you know what makes me mad? I've seen him have smaller channels than me on, so I guess you got to know him. But he's on Facebook. He's on. He has a big Facebook group. He has a huge channel on here. He writes articles. He has like 20 books published, so he makes money from like 20 different revenue streams. That's the goal. That's the dream. So let's see here. You said don't go back to those examples. Let's be realistic. Yeah, but the thing is, Jose, those examples can be in a perfect world, just like hitting the lotto. You know, like they say, all realities are possible. That's going to be, by the way, when I produce my the whatever you call it, the sleep cycle or the meditative tape. It'll be something like that. You know, infinite realities with money, subliminal messaging. Okay, and then how do I say this? Minsuk. Did I get it right? Minsuk showed up. Can I use TSLY as an alternative method of selling Tesla covered calls? All stockbrokers in my country, South Korea, do not support selling call options. I wonder why. Try a US broker and see how that goes. Um, but yeah, I mean, I would think, yeah, you might as well, instead of selling, you know, the covered calls yourself, just buy into a fund that's doing it, right? So let's see here. Would you really trust an ETF that is China based? The government could flip a switch and you lose all your money. I agree. A lot of people do think that way. I'm personally a little hesitant with China. So, but to each their own, you know. Sometimes you can order stuff on Alibaba. Sometimes they get it right. Sometimes they send you the wrong thing, or both. I've had both happen. So flip a coin. William showed up and says down 12K on TSLY bought for $15 per share. Kind of sad, but it is what it is. Not selling. I believe in Daddy Elon, and Tesla is suffering because of car price cuts. Investors are selling out. Might be. Yeah, you know, I did almost the same thing. I'm not down as much as you because I didn't probably buy as much. I'm probably down like 2K, which hurts a little bit, but I'm not going to focus on that. Like some people, that's all they focus on. You'll only ever hear when something's down. They could double their money in something and they'll literally say, well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to double my money, but you're never supposed to lose. That's mentality. I'm telling you, mentality is a you know, lightly to be treaded with lightly with certain people. William also says a tough quarter year for Tesla. What do you think? Paul Varden says 8 months of pain. Hopefully by the end of the year, we're bullish again with Tesla. William says, I'm capping my TSLY at 10K shares and then investing in APLY, Berkshire, Google, more safer, little less volatile. Yeah, I agree. I can't wait. I can't wait for those. I'm definitely excited for those. But dang, if you have that many shares, I got to figure this out here. So you bought like 150,000 worth. So yeah, you're down. If that's the case, you may be down like closer to 20,000. If that's the case, you might want to check your brokerage again. Don't do lump sum investing. Well, it depends on what you consider a lump sum. Because I sunk a big chunk in last Monday, so I'm not regretting it, but I'm definitely down. But sometimes, you know what? I guess I could have. See, here's the thing. With my work, I have to pre-clear stuff, so I don't want to be submitting. Oh, let me do a request for this. Let me do another 100 shares today. Sit there, and after a while, it gets to the point like, oh, you're not doing your job. You're just trading stocks all day, submitting these requests and stuff. It's really annoying. So William learned that the hard way, and so did I. I guess that makes two of us at least. We both learned the hard way. So okay, what else are we going to talk about here? So I hope you all got what you wanted on this Chinese fund here. I'm going to navigate away from this and bring up something else. But yeah, I've had a lot of questions on that. Oh, I want to look up Danaher because I got crushed on this one too, and I know some of you followed my example that I gave. And we came back a little bit, barely. In fact, I wouldn't even call that a comeback because that's like not even 50 cents. You must be half joking. 1 year target estimates 294. Now I think, let me see what made them drop so much yesterday, because I'm kind of in shock. I didn't expect this, but I'm still bullish on it. I may actually buy more options in it just to see what happens. Swing for the fences, right? All right, where's the earnings? Citigroup has it as a buy. Here's all these. I don't go by these analysts' recommendations. Remember, in 2008, most everything was rated a buy. That, like, some funds that ended up collapsing completely. Like, I think Lehman Brothers was rated as a buy. Look that up. Or like Bear Stearns, Jim Cramer recommended to buy it when it was tanking. All right, where the heck? Oh, here we go. Here we go. So Q1, we had a slight earnings beat, but I guess you know what? The street overreacted. It wasn't what the street wanted. So we got a volatility crush, I guess. But that's actually not too bad of news. We'll come back in this one. Rest assured, we'll come back. I mean, I'm not guaranteeing that, but it looks likely. So if we go back a year, watch this. We can see similar behavior. Let me just go back 5 years, okay? So May 2018, that's probably too far back. But you can see some similar behavior in the stock. You see the run up here. What I want you to focus on is 2021 here, February and March. Look at the run up we had from March to August, right? And then a little bit of a pullback and then a run up again. And then we dropped, but look what we did 2022. So if you look at April 2022, we stayed flat until June. And then look, we had a run up by July. You see that? We went from 250 to 290. So that would have been a huge gain. And then here, I got in here. We went from 250 to 270. That became my biggest option gain. Since then, we seem to be pulling back a little bit. So we were at 247 February 1st. Then we went to 252. That would have been a little bit of a gain, not too much. But I'm waiting for this to recover. I mean, we'll see what happens with all the banking stuff. But I am waiting for it to recover, even though we have a hospice ad next to it. Don't let that be a bad omen. Okay, so that, let's see, we looked at Meta. Let's see how APLY is doing. Do our wellness check on all of our favorite funds. $20 even. And then we're up to 2020 in the after hours. Hindsight is 2020, of course. So that's, again, the YieldMax AAPL, Option Income Strategy ETF. Do we have what is this here? I got to see what this is. Adobe. Apple. How did Apple do today? How did we do? Let's see. Down 163. I can't believe Apple's higher than Tesla. It's just unbelievable. And 164 in the after hours tomorrow. When do Apple's earnings come out? Let's see. Apple's earnings. May 4th. That's right. I'll have this memorized at some point. Let's see here. All right, back to the comments. How are we doing? Okay. Got some more. William says, time in the market beats timing the market. Yeah, one of the favorite quotes there. I'm an impatient person. That would be my downfall. Yeah, just got to be patient. And the money, just, have the money to fall back on, but don't need it like in 6 months. That's the thing. Now me, like if I had a job loss or something, I have a 401k and stuff, I'd hate to touch it. I could pay that 10% penalty, but, I'd rather not, of course. So, okay, let's see here. Exactly. Works out to be the same in most examples. Hey, work on that example you had with the money with SVOL. Work on that. Put that in the comments, and I'll cover that. And then Jose says, yeah, but TSLY hasn't been in the market for much time. That's true. So time in the market beats timing the market, right? Damon Rydell, I'm down 35,000 on TSLY and 18,000 on Tesla. Wow. But I'm confident we'll come back tenfold. Crazy Kathy Wood thinks 2,000 per share. Yeah, I know. I pointed that out the other day. Hey, if it hits that, we'll all be rich, and then she won't look as crazy. Jose offers his condolences. And then Paul says, Tesla needs to stop expanding. They don't have a lot of money in the bank. Speaking of that, I haven't seen money in the bank. One of my fans hasn't showed up here. Not yet, anyway. He might. We'll see. Jose says, I wouldn't drip the dividends. Yeah, neither would I. All depends on what you need. I don't know. Would I drip the dividends? I got to think about that because we've dropped. I might, because I mean, what else am I going to buy with it? I could drip those dividends. That may not be. I don't know. I might do that, but I'm not saying you all do what you want, of course. And then SVOL 300 million example is an article. Oh, you're gonna make me search it. You know, I'm kind of lazy. I'd rather just have it pointed out to me. But okay, our live viewership's dropping a little bit, which is odd. We were up to like 16. So, all right, I guess I gotta Google this. Become a urine article writer too. 300 million SVOL. Let's see here. News articles. Nope. Let me try this. Investing in SVOL for 50. Oops. 50 years. I think you said 15K a year. Oh, is this another YouTuber? Yeah, I get views from these channels too. They show up in my analytics. But I'm not finding an article. But you know what? I may do an example like that in another video. I'll probably figure the example out. It makes sense just from what I'm seeing. Let's see here. It's crazy, Damon. I was going to buy it $16. I was happy I bought it 15. You know, that's true. I'm happy I bought at 15 instead of 16 as well. Let's see, 15 now. Wish I waited 5 days. I know, I do too. I was in a hurry that Friday. Like I wanted my approval to buy it that Friday because I literally went and closed an account from this bank actually. And I got the money. I had it. You know, I took a picture of the check. Had the money like available to trade Friday, but the approval never came in. So had to. Oh, excuse me. I had to wait till Monday, but would have rather waited till the end of the week. In hindsight, of course. So some of us are working. Yeah, true. Like me, I have to work too. Oh, you're an electrician at a cannery, and I'm called randomly. But hey, that's probably good overtime for you, right? Electricians make good money. My dad was an electrician, actually. Oh, I like this. We believe in Tesla. Praying Cybertruck delivers by the end of the year. Yelp the stock. What's the Cybertruck going to be priced at? Does anyone know offhand? And that's true. We will live to trade another day. Okay, so what else do we want to talk about here? I didn't find the example on SVOL, but we should be getting our dividend from SVOL soon. So let's see. I'm going to close it. Oh, I want to try to pull up that article from Seeking Alpha. Yeah, Seeking Alpha. Okay, let me go back there. Seeking Alpha. It's this one. Let me try to scroll real quick before the paywall comes up. Watch it not. Oh, there it went. It got me. This is so stupid, I have to say. Let me try this here. Oops. Stupid. For a free article. Oh, this is really annoying. Huh. I did this earlier. Let me see something here. Let me stop my screen share real quick, and I'll try to. Oh, 12. We're going back up again. Definitely will live to trade another day. Getting a nice RITM divvy on Friday. Oh, that's a new one. RITM. What's that one? Let's check here. RITM. Rhythm. Oh, I like that. Rhythm Capital Corp. 12.71. Well, good for you. You know, 12.71%. That's not too bad. A REIT. It's a REIT. I probably should do a video just on REITs. So, okay, let me stop the screen share. I'm going to try to get this dumb password issue resolved here without showing all my email addresses. So let's see here. So stupid. Just for an article. Hope you really appreciate this, Mr. Engineer. Okay, so I've got the email from 1046, but I don't have one from what I just did here. This is very annoying. Choose a new Seeking Alpha password. Okay, here we go. Watch it not work. Right, I'm going to try a new one. Let me make it really strong so no one hacks into my free Seeking Alpha account. All right, let's try here. Oh, it might have finally worked. Okay. After all that work, we're finally in business. All right. So I'm going to pull up this article. This will be the last thing we talk about this evening. So let's see. All right. Here we go. Okay. TSLY's 68.43% annual yield is too tempting to avoid. And this is the person, Blake Downer here. I'm assuming this was our engineer that was on earlier. Definitely would like to have him on the live stream if he gets a camera. Tesla has eye-popping revenue growth coupled with an impressive return on capital. Their strong fundamentals coupled with clear overvaluation create a level of disagreement that leads to high volatility. True. Until Tesla's valuation decreases, I believe the best choice is to instead invest into its volatility. So TSLY is a buy. Makes sense so far. Oh, this is written like an academic article. I like this. Thesis. I'm just going to read this whole thing. I've been waiting to buy Tesla Inc. for almost 2 years now. Join the club. While I agree with the Tesla bulls that this company is extremely attractive as a long-term investment, I also agree with the bearish sentiment. That's good. Get both sides covered there. That it is presently overvalued. With far more conviction than either of these, I believe indecision and volatility will stay elevated for the foreseeable future. Their strong fundamentals, coupled with the clear overvaluation, create a level of disagreement that leads to high volatility. Hey, do me a favor if you're still on. So if you wrote this and you found my channel, just tell me how you found my channel, because that's pretty cool. That means my channel's making the rounds. I like that. The faster it does that, the faster I may have to actually make a decision. Okay, so a couple months ago, I began paying attention to the Yield Max Tesla Option Income Strategy ETF and have recently come to the conclusion that it's a more attractive investment than its underlying. While I cannot confidently predict if Tesla will go up or down over shorter time frames, I can confidently rely on its elevated volatility. I believe TSLY is a buy. Okay, well reasoned. I can agree so far. About TSLY, the Yield Max Tesla Option Income Strategy ETF uses synthetic covered calls to harvest income from Tesla's volatility. Okay, so you know what? That should settle our debate we've been having on here for a while. Let me check something here. Oh, got some more feedback here. I'm going to get back to the article in just a second. Just want to make sure I get all the comments in here. Or pay your bills. Don't you hate it when people hack your accounts to pay your bills? Well, thankfully, I haven't had that happen yet. But luckily, I pretty much do everything in credit cards. So um, if that happens, they freeze it immediately. And what I like about credit cards too, if you dispute something, like if you can't get a refund from a scammer, uh, they'll reverse it. Typically, you dispute it and then they reverse it. Oh, and then so you found my channel looking up dividend investing. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad it's starting to make the rounds. That's good. So, okay. Yeah, like I said, glad I haven't had that happen yet. You know, it's funny. I had a bank teller make fun of me because I didn't have a debit card, and he was like, he didn't realize who he was dealing with, of course, but he's like, well, how do you pay your bills? I was like, I put everything on credit cards. Like, why would I use a debit card? Because you don't get anything for it. You know, at least with credit cards, you get points and stuff. So, which I've done videos on credit cards and all that, but I don't get the viewership on those that I do for dividends. So that's why I'm mainly a dividend channel now. So it is what it is. That's fine. All right, back to the article. So, all right. Yeah, synthetic covered calls. Its annual yield is expected to vary significantly, but as of April 13th, it had a 68.43% annual yield, explained on that TSLY linked site. It had only been trading for a few months, so its TTM yield of 24.04% listed on Seeking Alpha does not tell a complete story. Because TSLY is a new fund, modeling its performance has been difficult. Up until recently, I did not have enough data to confidently measure its long time frame correlation. I like reading this. This is good practice for me because I record stuff at work, so I'll work on my narrative voice while I have you all watching. So just read along with me. Okay, where was I? The lack of data also makes producing projections for future performance difficult. This problem will be mitigated as time goes on and new data points are produced. I like this article. For any of you who are unfamiliar with synthetic covered calls, this exchange traded fund, or ETF, chooses a strike price and sells an equal number of puts that it buys in calls in order to build what is referred to as a synthetic long position. Good explanation there. When coupled together, the behavior of these two options simulates owning shares. They then sell covered calls against a majority of this synthetic long position. This allows them to harvest the theta from both the put and the call that they sold. By choosing strikes that are out of the money, the fund is also able to capture a portion of any moves to the upside. Very good explanation. You know what? If I do get Jay on here from Yield Max, if I can make sure I understand this myself, I think he'll be impressed. Alternatively, you can view this as a bull call spread. That's true, yeah. Except they are also trying to harvest theta by selling puts. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's true. So what do we have here? And you picked actually the call options they're in, I believe. So they have some in treasuries. They have expiring June 16th call option, April 23rd. 205, 205. I think they rebalance every so often. See, they've got some that they're short, some that they're long. Okay, so very well sourced. They pay monthly dividends, employing a dividend capture strategy where one buys the day before the ex-dividend date and sells the following day will be especially difficult for TSLY because the declaration date is typically the day before the ex-dividend date. Couple the short notice with the fact that it's not on the same day every month, and it becomes clear that one would have to be especially vigilant if they wanted to snipe this dividend. Distribution per share. Oh, these look familiar, don't they? How many times have we shown this on here? There's the 0.99, 0.90, 0.90, and 0.8286, the four, the famous four. Hey, Mr. Engineer, if I read this whole thing, you have to buy a camera and come on the live stream. So if you're still on here. If not, I'm sure you'll watch on the flip side. How are we doing here? Ooh, I still have a sip of coffee left. Finished my other drink. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, how they correlate. Oh, and you even have, look at this. I wish I would have just found this article to begin with, because I just covered this a couple weeks ago. How they correlate. While highly correlated, TSLY does not perfectly mirror the movements of Tesla. Yeah, we did kind of figure that out. In order to quantify the relationship, we are comparing minimums and maximums. All right, so look at this chart he's got here in the article. Now, you see, it's probably about a 90% correlation, like I've been saying, but it is underperforming. See, while Tesla is up 3.43%, TSLY is down 5.77%. This is a very good article, I have to say. From December 2nd, 2022 to January 3rd, 2023, Tesla experienced a 44.52% decline. Wow, from 194 to 108, but then it came right back. It experienced a 98.19% rise. So lots of volatility. That would have been great for options traders. Now the coffee's gone again. Let me check comments here. Okay. Yeah, I'm crazy. If you haven't been able to tell by now, that's why I run a channel. I work. I'm crazy. They broke the mold with me. All right, what do we have here? Just for reference, that was engineer's still on. Cool. See, I'm reading your article. I told you I would. Okay, so we only had two more. All right, let me get back to this. Really good article though. All right. You know what's funny though? If I'm tired enough, I can drink espresso and I'll fall right asleep. That's like I said, they broke the mold with me. All right. Hopefully I can prove that with the YouTube algorithm one day too. Hopefully we can break the YouTube algorithm as a community, right? All right. So TSLY experience. Oh yeah, we read this. Or did we? No. Wait. Oh, we were up here. 98%. Wow, that's incredible. From February 15th to March 9th, 19.29% decline. From March 9th to 31st, a rise, and so on. 12.98% decline. How about that? TSLY. Oh, so you're going to the performance of both in these paragraphs here. Let's see here. Hey, wait a second. With California time, it's only 8:30, so it's not as bad as it seems. All right. So from January 3rd until February 15th, it experienced a 33% rise. From February to March 9th, 16.84 decline. I feel like I used to write good articles like this in school. I could probably pull some of them up one day. 14.71. How about refer me on Seeking Alpha? I want to write articles too. Does it pay well? You have to let me know. Because you probably have to put in a lot of time in for this, but I wonder, do they pay you like based on readership? If so, I'm kind of throwing you a bone here. getting, because I'm sure everybody's going to go and probably reference this, including me, because this is really good. So you've got the Excel chart here. Um, I'm liking this, So there's what you said in the last two paragraphs. When we compare these moves, it's clear that TSLY has muted responses to Tesla movements. Also, because it employs a synthetic covered call strategy, Tesla caps its maximum profits. This means during periods where Tesla witnesses significant rallies, TSLY will miss out on a portion of them. Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that. Now we have an explanation for it. Because of this, I expect the value of TSLY shares to slowly drop. Okay, interesting. So was that the thesis section, or was that or is this all under the thesis section here? Let me see. Mitigating risk. The fund does not hedge its position, so investors are encouraged to hedge themselves. The options market on TSLY trades fairly thinly, so one may have to be patient or be willing to walk their limit orders to slightly unfavorable prices in order to get filled. I got to tell you, you put more reasoning into this than most financial advisors probably do, and you're not even a financial person. Well, you're an engineer, but there's more reasoning put into this than this is why I say financial advisors most of the time are not, they're not worth it. They're just following a program. They're basically glorified salespeople. So we got a lot of those as it is. Okay, I believe the best way to hedge TSLY is through some forms of options collar. Yeah, that makes sense. This form of hedging does allow for some flexibility in choosing strikes and expirations. So don't feel like the ones I chose are the only correct way to do this. Okay, so you got this one, current price, buy or short, cost. You give some example trades here, which I like. There's the floor, the cap, there's the spread, net debit, estimated returns. Entry cost 63, maximum risk $26, maximum return 226, max return on risk, break evens. Really good, really good. Implied volatility, chances of profit and loss. Including the shares, the total entry on this position is 1574 plus commissions. As it sits right now, it has a maximum profit of 226, including $63 entry cost. Has a maximum risk of $37. Between now and expiry, the shares will pay their dividend once. The last two monthly dividends were 0.9 and 0.8. Yep, including its unpredictable dividend, but assuming it continues to pay at or above 80 cents. The expected profit for this trade shifts away from negative 37 to 226 and becomes 43 to 306. This represents a 2.73 to 20.255 week return. Really like this article, by the way. Have I mentioned that? Other ways to play this. Now, I'll have to go back and read this again after I'm done, because what I'm wondering, because I got into this myself, you've got me kind of wondering now, because I don't do all these option strategies that you're talking about. I mean, I know what they are, but I actually have an options cheat sheet up here that I've showed before. But you're saying it's going to keep dropping, and I mean, you've got pretty good reasoning behind it. So other ways to play this, an alternative way to play this is to pair calls with closer expirations against puts with a lower strike. See, I don't do all of this. I should, but I need to need more practice, more time in the market versus timing the market, right? After months of selling calls and buying puts, the investor will have acquired several puts. Instead of merely trying to hedge against sudden drops, they will be attempting to profit from either catastrophic drops in the price of the underlying or the long-term price degradation. You should start an options course. I don't know if you've ever thought of that, but I think you actually know more than some of the people that are doing options courses. Or the long-term price degradation caused by the limited upside during rallies. Instead of buying TSLY puts, it is possible to hedge this position by shorting Tesla or buying Tesla puts. I've not produced an estimate for an average delta correlation between the two equities, but it should be possible. Yeah, do that if you get a chance. That would be cool. It is also possible, but not advisable, to sell covered calls without hedging. This would push the net entry cost on the above position to 1411. Its 5-week maximum gain will be 389 or 27.57. One could also enter a large TSLY position, then use its monthly dividend to dollar cost average into TSLA shares. This removes the stress of trying to time bottoms on TSLA. This is good, really good. While I am uncertain as to the fate of the share price of Tesla, I am confident that it will continue to attract conflicting opinions, that's for sure, and maintain its elevated volatility for the foreseeable future. I don't have plans to buy any yield max Tesla option income strategy ETFs within the next few days, but I do plan on buying some before the next ex-dividend date. Very good, very good. And I guess there's your background there, electromechanical engineer and teach circuit analysis for a living. Been paying attention to markets since the late 1990s. Well, you definitely know your stuff. Got to give you credit there. You know probably better than at least half of the people on YouTube. So, have you ever considered starting a channel? You got to come on here first before you do that. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, so yeah, coffee's done. Still got more actually. Wait a second. It's only 11:33. It's early. Early. Okay, how far down is TSLY if you factor in dividend reinvestment? I have no idea. I can do another video on that if I remember that. Good question. I agree. Oh, transparency. I like it. I've made about $200 on that article so far. It's about a penny per reader. Oh, they should have paid you a lot more for that. That was very well written. No essay is for bums. Have you seen that woman, Julie? They're just trying to lure men. Well, you're going to bait me into a controversial comment here. That's rare in this area. You'd think it would be the other way around, But he's a good writer. He should be paid more than that for that article. Um, Nice, we're in the same field. I'm an industrial technician. Well, that's really cool. That makes my day. I've got such smart, accomplished people watching my channel. And so you said, yes, I think TSLY will slowly drop. I also believe that, unlike most assets, the dividend is not correlated to the value of the asset. So we may actually see yields above 100% in the future. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you now. I think it is more so related to volatility. And I'm going to go back and read that again because that really was a good read. And $200, they're underpaying you for that. That's for sure. Speaking of being underpaid, though, being a YouTuber is kind of an underpaid field until you get big too, because this channel makes between like maybe 30 and $50 a month, but it's all about the long-term game. So anyway, all right, I've been going over an hour here. Any other last-minute comments here? If not, I kept the majority of you captivated for the whole time. I still have 11 of you after an hour, which is awesome. Really good retention here. So if nothing else, I'm going to go ahead and adjourn it there. Thank you all for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Class dismissed for now. Hopefully I'll get one out tomorrow, and see you on the flip side. Promote on Twitter. What's this? Oh, I have a Twitter. It's funny because I haven't done anything with it in like over a year. You probably can see if you go to my channel description. I shouldn't tell you this, but like I've got all my social medias on there basically. So I've got like an Instagram, I've got a Twitter, and it's one of the first videos I did about options, and it's got me. I was trying too hard basically. I have these like subscribe pillows and stuff. I had the $ sunglasses. I had like the hat and all that. I used to kind of like dress up for the channel. I was just trying too hard, I guess. But I was having fun with it. But anyway, oh, we gained some live viewers. How about that? Yeah, have a good one. Thank you all again. Yeah, that's going to do it for me. But yeah, I do need to update those other social medias. I'm on TikTok too, actually. So thank you all again. Have a good night. Take care.